We've all got a thing. Yeah, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Did you know that 1 in every 36 children born in North Carolina is diagnosed with autism? The Autism Society of North Carolina offers assistance and support programs that improve lives for autistic children and adults. And you can help the Autism Society of North Carolina through the Eastern Run Walk for Autism on Saturday, March 29th at Town Common in Greenville. Run, walk, form a team, or donate. Make a difference in someone's life. Visit easternrunwalkforautism.com and sign up today.
The Greg Hudson Show.
Scotty Robinson.
My time at East Carolina, it was the safest I've ever felt in my entire life. I felt important, right? You know, that's when all of your friends and family, you know, they're beating down the door to talk to you and check in with you. And then once it was time to transition into what was next, I had some opportunities in professional football, but I'll be totally honest. For me, it was never the same as being with my brothers and my family in that locker room in Greenville.
The Greg Hudson Show, exclusively on the Pirate Radio TV channel on YouTube.
Your radio home for the NCAA tournament is Pirate Radio.
No timeouts. Bounce in. Up top, Garcia for three. Got it! Anderson Garcia will have overtime.
From the first four to the final four, we've got you covered.
Rebound goes to Clemson. 4 seconds. Up the floor, Chase Hunter. Contested left wing three is good! At the buzzer! Count it!
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, your radio home for the NCAA tournament.
Greenville, are you ready for the biggest beauty event of the year? Beauty Bar Medi Spa Spring Extravaganza is coming soon. From March 24th to April 4th, get exclusive savings on Botox, fillers, skin bead, painless laser hair removal, advanced lasers, and more. Expert care, stunning results, a glow you'll love. This is your time to shine. Appointments fill up fast. Call at 252-752-1406 or visit beautybarmedispa.com to book your free consultation today. Beauty Bar Medi Spa, where confidence begins.
This is Dr. Hote from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 42 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blast from the past menu favorites like Cancun oysters, chili dog, costillas, and pollo limon. The celebration doesn't stop with your favorite Mexican food. Drop in for one of those famous Chico's margaritas in the bar or outside on the patio. Hurry in, the celebration menu ends March 31st. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, you missed.
Tommy Easton, the head baseball coach at Pitt Community College. You think somebody somewhere would have some common sense and say, hey, we got to filter this thing down.
Yeah, when you get the government involved with things, it just throws a monkey wrench into it. And the NCAA and Congress, and they should be two separate entities. You know, the NCAA, if they're going to be the governing body, then govern.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. This is Eastern Carolina's longest-running sports radio show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show is powered by Greenville Utilities and also brought to you by
Bostic Sugg, Bojangles, Michelob Ultra, East Coast Grading,
Greenville Auto World, Greenville Utilities, Papa John's, Pepsi, Taft and Hagler, The Rick House, and Tiebreakers.
And now, here's Brian Bailey.
All right, welcome in on this Monday as we get set for one of my favorite shows of the year. It's the Second Chance with the Sweet 16. We've got some great prizes to give away. We've got some celebrity pickers coming up that we're going to get to. I want to start with today's show. I was out last week with the passing of my dad. I want to thank everyone for their thoughts, their prayers, their texts, their messages. I certainly appreciate it. You know it's coming. You know that day is coming, but when it finally gets here, it's really, really difficult. So I appreciate all of that. One of the first to reach out after that news was Blake Harrell, head football coach at East Carolina. And, Coach, want to get you on to talk a little basketball. Well, we certainly appreciate you reaching out like you did.
Well, Brian, I think it's important to reach out to people you care about, and I certainly care about you, and had a lot of prayers and thoughts for you last week.
Certainly appreciate it. All right, let's play a little basketball for the football coach. And it's not like you got a lot going on right now because you got pro day tomorrow. You got the first day of spring practice, and this is kind of your last day to breathe, right?
The last day to breathe. I'm excited to get back on the grass, and I think we got 22 seniors that'll be in pro day tomorrow, so a lot of them's in town already and coming by the office, and just, every time they walk through my door, just the smile they put on my face. They don't know how happy I am to see them, and I keep asking them all of them if they got any eligibility left. Really, really excited for their opportunity tomorrow. That's open to the public. It's at 9:30 in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Just come through Gate 4. We'd love to have you out to see those guys. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll finally put the ball down and have a little practice.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday that Rajay was running for that touchdown up in Annapolis, but it's already here, spring football.
Yeah, I wish he was still running for it. That's for sure.
I bet you would. All right, let's get some basketball, and then we'll get you out of here.
Second chance with the Sweet 16.
That's exactly what it is, the second chance with the Sweet 16. First of all, Coach, do you do a bracket each year?
I do. It's just with my family, mostly my daughters, so I can win. But, I had St. John's winning the championship, so I don't think I'm going to win the bracket with my...
Oh, man, you're going to lose the family bracket with that one. That was one of the big upsets in early on in this tournament. All right, what we do, and if you're listening, we've got some great prizes we'll talk about coming up in just a few minutes, but what we do is I'll run down the region, you give me your winner, and then we'll go through the semifinals very quickly and the national championship game, and we'll get the total points. But I'll guide you through the process, and if you're listening right now and you're going to call in later on, I'll guide you through the process as well. All right, in the South, you've got Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, and Michigan State. Coach, who are you picking there?
So it's the Final Four. That's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, we'll go through each region. So in the South, you got those four teams. So who do you think is going to go to the Final Four out of the South?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Auburn.
All right, that's what I went with.
Right now, I think they do a good job and got some good athleticism.
All right, and in the West, the choices there are Florida, Maryland with that big win last night. If you didn't see it, that was a buzzer beater. Texas Tech and Arkansas. What do you think in the West?
Arkansas has kind of been the surprise there, but I'm going to stay with Florida. I think Florida's playing really well and have been over the last month or so of the season.
All right. And in the East, you've got Duke as the top seed, Arizona, BYU, and Alabama. What do you think in the East?
Well, I hate to be kind of just going by the lowest number one seeds, but I'm a Duke kind of sidebar fan here, and the freshman. I think he's pretty impressive, and just his story, and enjoy watching him play. So I'm gonna go with Duke.
Hate to tell you this, Coach, but so far you and I agree on the first three, so now you know you're in trouble. All right, let's go to the Midwest. And in the Midwest, you've got Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Who you got there?
Oh, man, this one's tough. I think, you're looking at some powerhouses, SEC teams there. Purdue, was played for it a couple of years ago, but I think Houston's due. I think Houston's due to make a run and maybe get all the way to the championship here. So I'm going to go with Houston.
All right, Coach goes with Houston. All right, then you'll have Auburn and Florida in one national semifinal. Who wins that game?
I'm going to go with Florida.
All right, Florida goes to the national championship game. Then you got Duke and Houston.
I'm going to go with Houston there, I think.
Whoa.
And I'm going to go with the underdog there.
All right, Houston knocks off Duke. All right, who wins between Florida and Houston?
I'm gonna go with the Cougars.
The Cougars win it all. You heard it first from Blake Harrell. The Houston Cougars win it all. And in the championship game, your total points, what do you have as the final score of that championship game?
Looks like Houston put up some points, so let's put them about 80 points. Let's go 80 to 75.
Okay, that's 155 by my math. We've got you down. All right, once again, Blake Harrell, head football coach at East Carolina, is going to go with Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston in his Final Four. He's got Florida and Houston to play for the national championship, and he's got the Cougars winning that national championship game with a total number of points of 155 in the championship game. Coach, thanks so much. I know you got stuff to do today to get ready for a big day tomorrow. Good luck with Pro Day. Good luck to all the athletes participating there. And, of course, good luck with day one of spring football practice.
Always, Brian. I appreciate you. And I do have one important question.
All right.
What's the prize for the winner here?
All right. The prize, I'm not even sure if you guys are eligible, but if you are, what we've got is the Michelob Ultra prize pack. You get 2 12-packs of Michelob Ultra. You get 2 Michelob Ultra caps. You get lunch for 8 for tiebreakers. You can take everybody on the staff just about for lunch, and you get 4 big Papa John's pizzas. That's our Michelob Ultra prize pack. If you finish second, you get the Bud Light prize pack. That's lunch for 4 at tiebreakers. 2 Papa John's pizzas, Bud Light T-shirts, and 2 Bud Light East Carolina visors. So all of that is courtesy of our good friend Russ Saputo and Carolina Eagle. Of course, Pirate Radio put some of the stuff in as well. Tiebreakers with Bram Anderson and that kind of thing. So we got some great prizes ready to go. Hope you do well.
Well, for me, it'd just be the pride of winning, right?
That's right. There you go. That's all it takes. All right. Blake Harrell, head football coach. Coach, have a great day tomorrow.
Hey, do the same.
All right, take care. Blake Harrell, head football coach at East Carolina. We'll take a commercial break right now. We'll come back with Mike Schwartz. He's up next as one of our guest pickers. If you're listening to us, 317-1250. We'll get you on as soon as we get through some of these guys, some of our celebrities going to make their picks, and then we'll run down the all the information for you so you can join the contest. Back with more after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arrgh!
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
Hey folks, March Madness is here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're going mad with our huge discounts and savings on our 24 Ram 2500, over $10,000 off. Also, 10% off remaining 2024 Jeep Wranglers and 15% off any remaining 24 Jeep Gladiators. Also, we have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, over 80 to pick from. We are the premier used car dealer in Eastern North Carolina. Cars starting at $7,999 and up. Remember, drive a little, save a lot.
Eastern North Carolina's Bourbon Authority is Greenville's premier American-styled restaurant. The Rick House specializes in handcraft dishes, and our bar features the very best in bourbons like Parker's Heritage, Knob Creek, and Jefferson's.
Join the Rick House for our Sunday brunch buffet every second Sunday of the month from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Let the Rick House host your next big event in our 2,000-square-foot banquet hall. It's perfect for wedding rehearsals, graduations, and holiday parties. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
Pirates. Maybe they're nice pirates. Right.
A toast to the captain.
Ahoy! Now the hair makes sense.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, providing reliable utility solutions to the Greenville region since 1905. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Monday as we continue on with our second chance with the Sweet 16. A lot of brackets busted over the weekend. Head basketball coach at East Carolina, Mike Schwartz, joins us now to get his insight on some of the coverage in the NCAA tournament. His team with their most regular season Division I wins ever at East Carolina, most conference wins in a season since 74-75, first winning season since 2013. And Coach Schwartz joins us from his office today. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on an outstanding season. But I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Brian, we're just getting started, right?
Well, I appreciate it, Brian. Thanks for saying that. Well, I know one thing's getting started today because the portal officially opened up. So that's kind of another season has just began in college basketball, even with this exciting NCAA tournament taking place.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy if you ask me. How do you open up the portal whenever you have teams, playing for championships right now? I don't get the whole portal thing.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I do think there's a lot of discord with this. To be quite honest, Brian, I don't think it makes complete sense to do it while games are still going on. I believe there's coaches. I'll be honest with you. I saw today a team that is going to be playing in our conference in the Crown tournament, at the end of the month, just had a player enter into the portal from their team, and they have games coming up in a couple weeks. So it is a little odd, and I don't think the timing has been nailed down properly yet.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, we just had Coach Harrell on to get his picks for the Final Four and that kind of thing. Coach, what we'll do is I'll go through each region. You probably have them memorized, but I'll go through. You tell me who your pick is, and then we'll have the national championship selections from there. We start in the South. The choices there will be Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, and Michigan State. Auburn, the 1 seed, Michigan State, the 2 seed. Who do you see coming out of the South, Coach?
Well, you know what? I do think Auburn has had an incredible season, and I think they're riding the momentum, whether they're playing their best basketball or not. I think I heard Coach Pearl talking about it, and I don't think he thought that they were, but you still gotta. I still believe Auburn is a very, very strong team, and their matchup is versus Auburn. Who they playing?
They're playing Michigan first, and then they would get the winner of the Ole Miss Michigan State game.
Yeah, and I believe Michigan State, again, you can never go against Coach Izzo in March or late season. So I really looked at that, and I really see an Auburn-Michigan State matchup.
Who you got winning that one then?
You know what? I think Michigan State, I believe the way they are so deep, I know their motto is strength in numbers. They play so deep. I think they play 10 guys. And I think Michigan State could find their way to San Antonio.
Wow, there you go. I think that's the Tennessee coming out in you right there. Michigan State comes up with the victory there in the South, according to Coach Schwartz. All right, in the West, you've got Florida and Maryland and Texas Tech and Arkansas. Of those four, who do you got going to the Final Four?
You know what? I think what you're going to get out of that lineup right there is I really believe Florida is going to find their way out of there. I think the SEC will be represented with Florida. They are such a dynamic offensive team, and they played so well all season long. But that was a big win. People think, well, they just beat UConn by 2 points. UConn is the defending national champion. That was not going to be easy, and it went down to the very end. But they really controlled a lot of that second half. It was a very close first half game, and then Florida took the lead, and UConn fought back like a champion does. I think, though, Florida, because of their offensive power, their size, they have just about every component to be a team to make a run to the Final Four.
All right, so far, Michigan State and Florida halfway through the Final Four for Mike Schwartz. In the East, top seed Duke, Arizona, BYU, and Alabama. What do you got there?
I think we're going to see a Duke-Alabama game. I think that's what's going to be the game to come out of that region. And again, I know Duke was basically playing home games this past weekend in Raleigh, but they're going to New Jersey. That's like a second home.
That's right.
When you go up to New York and New Jersey, I think Duke ekes their way out of that region, and they head to San Antonio.
All right, you got Duke there. Then in the Midwest, it'll be Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Who do you got there?
I think we're going to see an incredible game between Houston and Tennessee, and you guys all know where my heart is, and my heart is there at the highest level, and so I'm going with Coach Barnes in Tennessee to get back to the Final Four. But I say back for his first time since 2003 when he was at Texas. But I think Tennessee, with the way their defense is, with Zakai Ziegler as their point guard and Chaz Lanier as somebody that could score as good as anyone in the tournament, I think the SEC gets represented again out of the South or Midwest region with Tennessee making the trip.
All right, now you got Michigan State and Florida in one of the national semifinals. Who goes to the championship game?
I saw my very first national championship game that I saw in 1999, I believe it was Florida State versus Florida versus Michigan State. I saw Michigan State win the championship. I saw Mateen Cleaves hold the trophy. So you know what? I'm gonna stay with Coach Izzo. I'm gonna go Michigan State making a run.
Wow, Michigan State in the championship game against either Duke or Tennessee. Who gets the other nod?
I know one thing. Coach Barnes has been there for me. I'm staying with Coach Barnes in Tennessee. An old school matchup of Tennessee and Michigan State in the national championship game.
All right, who wins it? Michigan State or Tennessee?
Coach Barnes getting that elusive.
Wow, there you go.
Hey, you know what? You guys know I lead a lot with my heart, and Coach Barnes is going to get that championship for Rocky Top.
All right, last question is the total points in the championship game. What do you see as the final score in that one?
Oh, boy, you're really taking it to another level, Brian.
We get there now.
2 defensive games, 2 defensive teams, elite defensive teams. We're going to go 78-74 Vols. So what would that be? 175, 75, 150, 182? Does that put us at 182?
You had too many numbers going through there. I was trying to keep up. All right, what's your final score? 78-74?
78-74 with a 182 total.
Yeah.
Or what is that 70?
152 total. Right, 152 total. Yeah. Right? 78, 72 is 152. I got you. 152. We got you.
Hey, you know, Dave, we're not allowed to talk betting.
Right. We're not talking betting at all. We're just talking about the total points in the game. That's exactly right.
I've never thought about total points in my life.
No, you're not allowed to. That's exactly right. All right, before we let you go, Coach, what's on your agenda as far as the immediate future goes for Pirate basketball?
Yeah, you know, obviously, we've seen a couple really exciting announcements today by some of our returning players that have came out and talked about how excited they are to keep building on this season into next season. So that's something in terms of our internal roster and the core that we'll build around. We'll start up workouts here. Our guys got back in the weight room today and got in there, so that's exciting. And then, you know, make no mistakes about it, the portal and this roster rebuild/management, which is college athletics. There's nothing negative about that. That is the reality that the guardrails have provided, and so we will be doing that to build on this season and even to be better next.
Yeah, and the news last week, I was out last week, but the news with the Garrett Blackwelder, that's got to be great for your program, him matching gifts toward the basketball program.
Well, you know what's exciting is that he, as a former player, an alumni, someone here that lives in Greenville, and his 2 feet in buy-in of excitement to the direction of this program. And I think that says a lot for him. I mean, what a generous, incredible statement for him to make to match in terms of NIL and revenue sharing that's being raised by the university and to do it specifically for basketball, it just means a lot, not only for him from a financial standpoint, but to have it from a friend, a former letter winner, an ECU basketball player. I think it speaks volumes of his thoughts of where the program's going, and it does mean a lot for us.
It was great news, and it's got to be great news for your program. Coach, best of luck as you go through this transfer portal waters and getting new players in and that kind of thing. It's going to be an exciting basketball season next year, because I think you guys have laid the foundation, and I think we all look forward to next basketball season with Mike Schwartz and company at East Carolina. Thanks so much.
I appreciate it. And next time you have me on, just let me know I need my calculator.
We'll do that. Yeah, I need a calculator as well. Mike Schwartz, head basketball coach at East Carolina. All right, before we go to break, we'll go through some of the things that we're working on here. 317-1250 is the phone number if you'd like to get into the contest. We got some great prizes for you. We'll run down the prizes coming up in just a bit. We've got the game times for the Sweet 16 games we can go over. We can go over the bracket that I put out earlier on. We'll go through what Coach Harrell did, what Coach Schwartz did, and we'll have your phone calls. 317-1250 to be a part of the contest. Back with more after this.
This is a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes. According to the Denver Post, Zach Agnos' path to pitching in the majors will continue in the minor leagues. The report states he will likely return to the Hartford Yard Goats in AA. Agnos had a 3.86 ERA in Rockies spring training, only walking one batter in 9 1/3 innings. And Miami Marlins third baseman Connor Norby left Saturday's game with what's being called a left oblique injury. He is listed as questionable for opening day. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes.
It's bow time. Chicken or biscuits? That's an impossible choice. How can you decide between Bojangles' perfectly crispy, boldly seasoned chicken or their fluffy, made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits? Well, the good news is you don't have to. With a Cajun chicken filet biscuit, you get the best of both worlds. An all-white meat chicken breast marinated with a bold blend of seasonings and served up on a fluffy, golden buttermilk biscuit. When it comes to real-deal Southern flavor, there's no reason you can't have it all. Order a Cajun chicken filet biscuit today. It's bow time.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this.
Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Ready for a home makeover? Bostic Sugg Furniture's new and now collection has the freshest styles you've been dreaming of. Store-wide savings on fashion-forward looks and styles for your living room, dining room, and bedroom. Hundreds of items in stock. Or let our team help you build a custom piece just for you. Plus, 6 months special financing and local delivery for just $19.37. Sleep better with over 30 models of brand-name mattresses to choose from and up to 48 months special financing. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
Mr. Gibbs, Captain, you may throw my hat if you like. Aye, aye, Captain. Hooray! I'll go and get it.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community owned, community powered. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. Phone lines are now open, 317-1250 to get into our contest. We've had great success with these contests. I'm not sure how many years we've been doing it, but it's been probably 20, 25 years, maybe longer than that. The prize is the Michelob Ultra prize pack. 2 12-packs of Michelob Ultra, a couple of Michelob Ultra caps, lunch for 8 at Tiebreakers. You can take everybody, all your friends, because most of you guys don't have more than 8 friends, do you? And then 4 Papa John's pizzas for those that don't get to go to Tiebreakers with you for the lunch. That's our first prize. Our Bud Light prize pack is our second prize. Lunch for 4 at Tiebreakers, 2 Papa John's pizzas, Bud Light T-shirts, and 2 Bud Light East Carolina visors. And it's all courtesy of Pirate Radio, Tiebreakers, Papa John's, Carolina Eagle, and our good friend Russ Saputo. So 317-1250. Phone lines are open. We've had Coach Harrell and Coach Schwartz on so far. My picks, I go with Auburn and Florida in one national semifinal, and then the other semifinal I have got Duke and I have got Tennessee, and then I've got Duke beating Florida in the national championship game with a total number of points of 166. So those are my picks so far. My bracket, my best pick in the bracket so far was BYU. They are alive in the Sweet 16. My worst pick was Clemson. I had Clemson all the way to the Elite 8. And that did not work out as planned. I really thought the Tigers, even though they didn't play that well in the ACC tournament, they came from behind in the Louisville game in the semifinals, and I thought maybe they would get it right for the NCAAs and make a long run. Didn't make a long run. Upset early on by McNeese State early on. So I had 8 of the Sweet 16 correct, 5 of the Great 8 still alive, and 4 of my Final 4. All 4 are still alive as far as that goes.
You just said something there, Bailey.
All right.
You said grade 8. And do I remember it being grade 8 when I was a kid?
Yeah, now they call it more the Elite 8.
It's been the Elite 8, but I remember early on it being called the grade 8.
And you know what's funny you say that? Because I wrote Elite 8 on my
but
sheet
you
of
said
paper.
grade 8.
I said the grade 8. Yeah, I remember it as the grade 8 and the Elite 8, yeah. But that's, I guess that's a little old school coming out. Clip, you want to get in the contest? And then 317-1250 to open it up for everybody else. And, you know, it's funny because usually what happens is we get 1 call or 2 calls and they all start flooding in. So far this year, I think maybe we scared them off with Coach Harrell and Coach Schwartz. But let's get Clip Brock's picks in, and then you can try to get in on the contest. Great prizes to give away, and all you got to do is give us a call, and I'll run down the situation. Here's how we do it. Clip is up first. It's in the South. You got Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, and Michigan State. What do you think?
I'm going with the Tigers of Auburn.
Okay, Auburn takes the South region. In the West, you've got Florida, you've got Maryland, Texas Tech, and Arkansas. What do you think?
I'm going. By the way, I don't need a second chance. All my team's still alive. I'm going with the Red Raiders of Texas Tech.
Wow, Texas Tech. Wow, I hadn't seen a Texas Tech pick there. Florida has been a unanimous pick so
Florida
far.
looks pretty darn good.
Duke, Arizona, BYU, and Alabama. What do you got there?
Got the Dukies.
The Duke Blue Devils there. And then in the Midwest, you've got Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, and Tennessee. What do you got there?
The Cougars of Houston.
Houston. Kelvin Sampson and company. A North Carolinian, by the way. All right, who do you got between Auburn and Texas Tech?
Auburn going to the championship.
And Bruce Pearl and company. And Duke and Houston.
The Cougars of Houston.
All right. And total points in the championship game. And don't use Mike Schwartz's calculator.
Well, do I need my champion too, or you want the points first?
I'll take your champion first. I got ahead of myself.
Kelvin Sampson's year.
Oh!
The Houston
Cougars.
Get it done. And I got 126 points, low scoring.
Wow.
66-60 final.
Wow, there you go. Okay, Clip Brock in the contest. Auburn, Texas Tech, Duke, and Houston. And the Cougars knock off Auburn for the national championship with a total number of points at 126. By the way, the women's tournament back at it early today. North Carolina State with a 27-9 lead over Michigan State. They're playing that game in Raleigh. And the Wolfpack with the lead in that one early in the second quarter. So it looks like they're going to breeze through it. Now it's 30-9 after a 3-point shot right there.
They are hitting all their threes right now. Saw a tweet from our old friend Zach Maskowitz. He was in Florida, I guess, covering the Gators maybe. Did you guys have some representation there in Raleigh this weekend?
Zach was there. Yeah, Zach Kaplan was there, our new Zach rather than the old Zach. But yeah, he was there for. I think he went Thursday, and then he went Friday for the games, and then he was back at it on Sunday. So yeah, that's a good time. I mean, I missed all of that, but it was. It's always a good time when you get a chance to see those games, especially that game, Florida and. UConn. Yeah, that was. I listened to that on the way back. I had Luke in town, my grandson. I took him back to Wilson. We met halfway, and so I was riding back listening to that game. And that game was that was a great game. Really was.
Yeah. I might have talked my wife into going. I've never been to an NCAA tournament game, but I guess she saw somebody online was there and said that might be fun. And I was like, yeah, all the bands and the fans and everything. Yeah. And she was like, oh, wow. So I might have talked her into going to one.
Good. There you go.
If East Carolina makes it, I'm there.
Oh, yeah. Well, my man Bram Anderson was there. He had a second row seat, I think. So, I mean, he was right there. Owner of Tiebreakers, our good friend. But he said he really enjoyed it, too. Said he became a basketball fan by watching those two games in Raleigh yesterday. So, the winners advance to the Sweet 16. All right. Excuse me. Let's go over what we've got so far. The times for the games, in case you're wondering, especially about Duke. Duke will play Thursday as the top seed against Arizona, the 4 seed. That'll be a 9:39 tip on CBS. So that's the Duke game right there. The games will be either on CBS, TBS, True TV, and is TNT involved? TBS. It looks like it's True TV or TBS, some of them on both, True TV and TBS. So that's how that schedule goes. Alabama, BYU at 7:09 on Thursday. They'll tip it off on CBS. Florida, Maryland's on True TV or TBS. And then Duke, Arizona on CBS. And Texas Tech, Arkansas on True TV, TBS. 10:09 tip time. These late night tips. And we talked about it before. It's just so there's so much great basketball Thursday and Friday, two of the best days in sports. And then Saturday, is another great day. I was saying Sunday's a great day and night, but having those games so late, why not space them out where, you play two games, play a game at 12, play a game at 12:30, 1:45.
I feel like it used to be that way.
It did. It used to be that way. And now you play individual games, and if you get a blowout, you don't get a good game. You kind of lose interest, and then you play all those games at night. And I'm telling you, and maybe I was worn out from other things from last week, but I'm telling you, I went to bed and I got up late, sometime later on, to check out the scores and check out how Maryland advanced with that. And they were talking about the guy may have traveled, but I heard some other experts saying they didn't think he traveled at all. It didn't look like it to me, but I'm no basketball expert. But that was exciting. Again, 317-1250 if you want to be a part of the contest. We got some great prizes for you. We're going to take a commercial break round. We'll come back and we'll run down some of the other picks. We got some other guest pickers coming up in just a bit, so we'll try to call some of those. Back with more after this.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
There have been been many changes in the automotive world. At Phelps Chevrolet, the Phelps boys are here to take care of you. Mike, Daryl, and 4 of Mr. Phelps' grandsons, Wade, West, Allen, and Clay. You see, things at Phelps remain the same. The Phelps team has served Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. We make your visit easy and fun. We are your neighbors, and that's what neighbors do. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Like Mr. Phelps' great-granddaughter says, come in and get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet at PhelpsChevrolet.com.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza. Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is back at only $13.99. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, an MVP move for game day or any day. Go Pirates!
Enjoy the warm air, circulating moments after you turn up the heat. Precise control of cooking temperatures. Enough hot water on demand for everyone's shower. The instant glow of warmth when you turn on your fireplace or fire pit. Never having to change a gas tank on your outdoor grill. Experience the affordable luxury of natural gas. Find out more at GUC.com.
Well, if it isn't the Pirate Captain.
Pirate Radio.
The beard's looking great, my man.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our second chance with the Sweet 16 contest. Lots of great prizes up for grabs. 317-1250 is the phone number.
Second chance with the Sweet 16.
So if you want to make some guesses, give us a call. We'll get you in the contest right away. Let's go to Farmville right now and pick up Coach Larry Williford. Does a great job with those Jaguars. And he said last year he didn't do any research. This year he has researched it. And let's find out who the Farmville Central coach has in his Final Four. Coach, how are you on this Monday?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Good. Here we go. In the South, do you like Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, or Michigan State?
Picking one out of those four?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, shoot. I wrote down my game.
Now you're gonna get us thrown off the air.
Auburn.
Auburn. All right. Auburn. All right. Nice job, Coach. All right. In the West, you have a choice between Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, and Arkansas.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech is the pick. Back-to-back picks for Texas Tech. All right. Let's go to the East. Duke, Arizona, BYU, and Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama, the 2 seed. Man, all right. And in the Midwest, you've got Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Houston.
All right. Houston with some love again there. All right. Now you got Auburn and Texas Tech in one national semifinal. Who are you picking?
Auburn.
Auburn goes to the national championship game against either Alabama or Houston. Who you got there?
Houston.
All right. Houston. Houston and Auburn for the national championship. Who wins it?
Bruce Pearl going with Auburn.
Auburn wins the national championship. All right. And how many total points in that championship game?
Ooh, that's a high scoring one there. 159.
159 for Larry Williford. Auburn, Texas Tech in one national semifinal. Alabama, Houston in the other national semifinal. Houston, Auburn for the national championship on Championship Monday. And the Tigers of Auburn take it with a total number of points at 159 for our tiebreaker. Sounds good. I think you did well this time. I like your chances.
I did a little more research. Last year you caught me. We were coming off the losing the state championship, so I wasn't really in the mood of reading anything online.
There you go. I don't blame you there. What's
what time this year?
While we have you, what's next for Farmville Central basketball? What's your schedule like?
I mean, got good guys coming back. Farmville's a great place. You're always going to have talent. Got guys that want to be here, guys that already want to get back in the gym working. They'll play all summer AAU or with us. So, it's always great to be a Farmville Central Jaguar in the basketball world.
I agree. Larry Williford's always going to have a winner at Farmville Central. Coach, thanks so much for your time. We've got you in the contest. We appreciate it.
I'm ready to win some prizes.
There you go. We'll send them your way if we're still on the air. All right, Larry Williford, head coach at Farmville Central. Let's try to find Ken Watlington while we can, Clip, and I will go over the prize packs again. The Michelob Ultra prize pack, 2 12-packs of Michelob Ultra, a couple of Michelob Ultra caps, lunch for 8 at Tiebreakers. Take the whole gang to Tiebreakers if you win our contest. And 4 Papa John's pizzas. If you want to put your choices down on our YouTube page, you can. As long as you get all the answers right, I'll write them down, and we'll have that as well. A Bud Light prize pack for the second place prize, lunch for 4 at Tiebreakers, a couple of Papa John's pizzas, Bud Light t-shirts, and a couple of Bud Light East Carolina visors. Again, courtesy of Tiebreakers, Pirate Radio, Carolina Eagle, Russ Saputo, and everybody like that. So let's see. Do we have Watlington on? Is that a thumbs up? All right, Ken Watlington joins us, the fine anchor and all around does everything over at WNCT TV. Ken, how are you?
Doing good, Bailey. What's going on?
Just trying to get back at it. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got in the South? You got Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, and Michigan State.
Hey, this is going to sound really familiar because a lot of my picks I thought were going to be unique. Then I heard Coach Williford. I'm like, well, dang, that's everything I picked just about.
Oh.
I got Auburn coming out of the South.
Auburn out of the South. All right. Then you got Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, and Arkansas.
Let's go with the Red Raiders of Texas Tech.
Wow. I'm surprised at all the love for Texas Tech in our contest. And then Duke, Arizona, BYU, and Alabama.
Alabama.
I didn't think you were going with that other color of blue. Alabama. And then you've got Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Got the fighting Kelvin Sampson.
There you go. Houston's getting a lot of love out of that bracket. What's their number 1 seed? All right, you got, let's see, you got Alabama and Houston. Who wins that game?
Alabama, Houston. I'm going to go with the Cougars.
All right, Houston wins that game. Auburn, Texas Tech.
This is going to be a tough one. I'm going to kind of differ from Coach. His pick, he picked Auburn. I'm going to go with Texas Tech.
Wow, the Red Raiders heading to the national championship game against the Houston Cougars. Who do you got winning it?
All Texas battle. It's going to be Houston cutting down the net.
All right, and total points in the championship game for our tiebreaker.
Total points, 148. 771 final.
148. All right, Ken Watlington is in the house. What did you think of your Carolina Tar Heels run? Had a win in the first 4 and then didn't play so well when the tournament actually started. What did you think?
That's the kind of the epitome of their whole season. Like one day they show these flashes, like all right, they got it together, they're going to be good. The next game they're down 20 in the first half, and fight to come all the way back and just can't pull it out. It was just such an inconsistent team all year. Had plenty of pieces. Did you think they'd be able to compete? Couldn't get it done.
Yeah, well, and in this day of NIL, Carolina's going to be well stocked with the money to put together a team. It's just a matter of and we've seen it. There was plenty of talent on that team to make a long run in the tournament, but they just never materialized, did it?
And right now, talk about the portal opened officially today, and it seems like right out the gate, Carolina's number 1 target is a guy that you're not going to like, and it's going to be McNeely from Virginia. That's the guy they want to get to be able to shoot the ball, at the 2 spot, and they're going to need some big guys up front. That was a big problem with Carolina all year; just didn't have that depth, in the front court. So yeah, going to be a lot of restructuring, a lot of new faces for Hubert Davis.
Is McNeely in the portal yet?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Wow. And you think Carolina's going to get him?
That's all you're hearing.
Wow. He can light it up now. He can shoot it.
He can.
But he needs some help. He gets some help with the Tar Heels. I'm not sure how much help he's getting he got this year at Virginia, but yeah, he can flat out shoot it for sure. All right, Ken Watlington joining us, and he's got Texas Tech Houston in the national championship game. The Cougars to cut down the nets with 148 as his total points. Ken, thanks so much for getting in the contest. We'll let you know how you do.
Sounds good, Bailey.
All right, Ken Watlington joining us. All right, let's take another commercial break. Again, you still have time to get in the contest. 317-1250 will guide you through the process. A lot of people don't want to call in because they're not sure, which team's in which bracket, but I'll guide you through it. All you got to do is call in, and I'll ask you the questions, and we'll get them all written down. Back with more on the Brian Bailey Show, Second Chance with the Sweet 16 after this.
Hi, I'm Ken Hagler of Taft, Hagler. We're proud to be sponsors of the Brian Bailey Show and the Pirate Nation on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. If you've been injured on the job or due to someone else's negligence in an automobile collision, call us at 752-2000 for a free consultation with experienced professionals who care. Go Pirates!
I'm Morgan Ehlers here with Brian Cook. He's the comptroller with Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. If you're looking online, one website covers both locations. It's driveherenow.com.
Right. We're the driveherenow.com family between our two locations here in Greenville. I can take you to either website at gmcapproved.com or greenvilleautoworld.net. And yeah, you can see all our inventory there. A lot of stuff says coming soon as we're getting new stuff, but be on the lookout for anything you need.
Greenville Motor Company and the new Greenville Auto World. We will earn your trust and business one vehicle at a time.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Rhonda with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. We are super excited about the Pirate baseball team. Russell's has a long history of dressing Pirate fans, both men and women, and we have a lot of new purple and gold in the store right now from popular brands like Johnny O, Peter Millar, Duckhead, and Gentile. Our attention to every detail means personal service and in-house alterations. We look forward to serving you, our Pirate friends and customers, at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Greenville, are you ready for the biggest beauty event of the year? Beauty Bar Medi Spa Spring Extravaganza is coming soon. From March 24th to April 4th, get exclusive savings on Botox, fillers, skin bead, painless laser hair removal, advanced lasers, and more. Expert care, stunning results, a glow you'll love. This is your time to shine. Appointments fill up fast. Call at 252-752-1406 or visit beautybarmedispa.com to book your free consultation today. Beauty Bar Medi Spa, where confidence begins.
It's March, and Pirate Radio is teaming up with the Buccaneer Music Hall, Dirty Dan's, and Overtime's Tavern to help support ECU Baseball's Mustache March campaign. Mustache March t-shirts are available for purchase at all three locations. T-shirts are only $20, and all proceeds go towards ALS research. Stop by the Buck, Dirty Dan's, or Overtime's Tavern to get your shirt today. Wear it loud, wear it proud, and together we'll strike out ALS. Get your Mustache March t-shirt and make a difference. Go Pirates!
Hey, this is John Gordon, author of The Energy Bus, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show as we continue on with our second chance with the Sweet 16. All kinds of nice prizes out there. If you want to give us a call, we'll certainly take it, 317-1250. Got a few minutes to still get you in on the contest if you're listening to us live from 12 to 1. If you're listening from 6 to 7, don't call because there's nobody here. And that's our archive version of the Brian Bailey Show. My picks, Auburn and Florida in one national semifinal, Duke and Tennessee in the other, and then Duke to beat Florida with a total points of 166. In case you missed it, Blake Harrell, head football coach at East Carolina, has Auburn and Florida in one national semifinal, Duke and Houston in the other national semi. Then he's got Houston knocking off Florida, the Cougars over the Gators for the national championship. Coach Schwartz over at East Carolina, the head basketball coach, has Michigan State in the South. He's got Michigan State to play Florida, Duke to play Tennessee, and, of course, he came from Rick Barnes and that coaching tree at Tennessee. He's got the Volunteers to go all the way to the national championship and win the national championship in that game over Michigan State and Tom Izzo and his Spartans. All right, we're going back to the phones. We've got Zach Kaplan, who works with me at WNCT, on the phone now. Let's get Zach's picks. He did a great job in Raleigh. Had a lot of fun watching all the games. Had a great seat for the championship game, didn't you?
I sure did. It's just like, how can I get on TV? How can the TV guy possibly get on TV? So I parked myself right behind Iron Eagle, and there I was.
Yeah, there you go. Did people see you?
I got some text.
Yeah.
Because the broadcast is like on a 30-second delay. So I knew the camera had its tally light on. That's the red light when you know they're on the air. So I was like waiting for it, and then 30 seconds later, just like my phone, I got like 10 texts at once.
Wow, there you go. All right. Now, the picture they've got on Pirate Radio, you have no mustache, no beard, and you look like you're 12. So maybe that beard and whatever you've got growing from Mustache March is working for you. You think?
It's a goatee, to clarify.
Goatee he's working on. All right, Zach Kaplan, let's go through your picks. In the South, you've got Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, and Michigan State.
I'll take Auburn and Michigan State to come out of the Sweet 16.
Well, you got one of those four because they're in the South. So you got Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, or Michigan State. Which one of those four go to the Final Four?
Sparty. Give me Michigan State, Tom Izzo. They're due. I think they get over Auburn in the Elite Eight and go to the Final Four.
And that would be quite the game. Michigan State from the South. In the West, you've got Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, and Arkansas.
I'm going to go Texas Tech. I know a lot of people are probably going Gators. Let me fade the crowd here, make a contrarian pick. I'll go Red Raiders.
Well, I'll tell you what, from all the votes that we've had, we've gotten just as many Florida votes as we've had Texas Tech. So it's pretty equal as far as Watlington went with Texas Tech. Coach Williford at Florida State. Over at Farmville Central went with Texas Tech. Clip Brock went with Texas Tech. So you're not alone with that pick. All right, let's go to Duke, Arizona, BYU, or Alabama. That's the East region.
Yeah, I'll go chalk here and pick Duke. I think they survive a scare against Arizona in the Sweet 16, bring back all the Caleb Love memories from a few years ago. But Duke beating Arizona, and then Alabama to go to the Final Four.
All right, there you go. Duke heading to the Final Four. In the Midwest, you've got Houston's Cougars, Purdue, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Who you got there?
I'm gonna go chalk here as well. Houston, my national champion pre-tournament, sticking with it. I think they beat Kentucky in an Elite Eight game with two teams who want to do opposite things.
Wow, okay. All right, so in the national semifinals, you've got Sparty and Texas Tech. What do you got there?
Going Red Raiders. Riding with them.
Red Raiders. Texas Tech in the championship game against Houston or Duke?
I'm going Houston.
Wow.
I'm going to say Duke. I don't know. I think Sampson holds them to 55 points somehow, and they win just a grind of a game.
All right, then in the championship game, Texas Tech and Houston, who you got?
In a classic championship game, in their both teams in their home state, Houston Cougars, Sampson does it, brings the national title. The first one since Five Slam Jam back to Houston.
All right, and what's your total points in the championship game?
133.
133. All right. We won't try to add that on Coach Schwartz's calculator, will we? But 133 for the total points. Zach Kaplan from WNCT Channel 9 has Michigan State, Texas Tech, Duke, and Houston in his Final Four. He's got Texas Tech and Houston in the national championship game. And he's got the Houston Cougars to win it all over Texas Tech. Total points in that national championship game at 133. We got you in the contest, Zach. Thanks so much.
All right. Appreciate you inviting me on. Thanks, Brian.
And enjoy your day off. You don't get many of them. You got to work tomorrow.
That's right. We got pro day, spring ball, you name it.
Yeah, we got a lot going on tomorrow, that's for sure. Zach Kaplan from WNCT TV. All right, so we've got all of our guest pickers on. Brian Meador was going to join us. He is in flight from Phoenix, Arizona. And do we have him now? Oh.
We got Jackson.
Okay, we got. All right, we're going to go with Jackson. Brian Meador in flight from Phoenix, Arizona. Was going to be in Charlotte between 12 and 1, he thought, but he wasn't quite sure, so we might not get him. Jackson, you're on the air with us. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right. In the South, you got Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, and Michigan State. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Auburn.
Auburn. All right. In the West, you've got Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, and Arkansas. What do you think?
I'm going to go Arkansas going on a run here.
Wow. The 10 seed, Arkansas. Calipari and company making some noise. Like it. In the East, Duke, Arizona, BYU, and Alabama.
I've got to go Duke. They've looked like the best team all year.
All right. I got you there, Jackson. And then in the Midwest, Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, Tennessee.
I like Houston every year. Kelvin Sampson, so I'll go Houston.
All right. Who wins between Auburn and Arkansas?
I'm going to go Auburn.
Auburn wins in that game. And then Duke, Houston. Duke. And who wins the national championship between Duke and Auburn?
I hate to say it, but the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils win it. And what's your total score in the championship game?
I'm going to go 135 points.
135. Jackson has Auburn, Arkansas, Duke, Houston in his final four. He's got Auburn to knock off Arkansas in one national semifinal. He's got Duke to beat Houston in the other national semifinal. And he's got the Blue Devils to knock off the Auburn Tigers in the national championship game. Total number of points, 135. And Jackson, before we let you go, when we go on hold, you already got his number? Okay, we've got your phone number, so we'll get up with you if you're fortunate enough to win first prize or second prize. Jackson, thanks so much for listening today.
Thank you.
All right. Again, 317-1250. If you'd like to be a part of the contest, we're running short of time, but we certainly welcome your calls if we can get them, and we'll get them in. As we said, some of our guest pickers so far, Blake Harrell, head football coach, has Houston to win it all. Mike Schwartz, head basketball coach, has Tennessee to win it all. Clip Brock has Houston. So does Ken Watlington. So does Zach Kaplan. I don't like your chances with Watlington and Kaplan agreeing with you with that national championship. But
better before they called it.
I think you probably should have. Duke's the pick for a couple of us. Jackson just called in, and he took the Blue Devils. I took the Blue Devils in my picks. See who else we got as far as pick. Tennessee, the only person to pick Tennessee was head coach Mike Schwartz. He, of course, came from Rick Barnes. He was their defensive coach when he took the East Carolina job, 3 years ago. So going on 4. Next year will be his 4th year. Isn't that correct? Yeah. So for Mike Schwartz. So there you have it. Larry Williford has Auburn to win it all. I think he's the only one that took Auburn. So you look at the picks. The action gets started again coming up on Thursday night. Alabama BYU leads it off, and I really like BYU. I think they've played a great tournament so far. They could make that very interesting against the Crimson Tide. That's a CBS game on Thursday night. Florida Maryland 7:39 on TBS or True TV, and then Duke Arizona 9:39 tip on CBS. Texas Tech Arkansas 10:09 p.m. tip on True TV or TBS. Those are the Thursday night Sweet 16 games. On Friday, the Sweet 16 games run down like this. Michigan State, Ole Miss, 7:09 tip-off there. Ole Miss has played really well. I like what I see in Ole Miss. Tennessee and Kentucky at 7:39 on True TV or TBS, followed by Auburn, Michigan, the CBS game at 9:39 with that tip. Houston and Purdue, a 10:09 tip on True TV, or TBS. So there you see all of the times. You see the brackets so far. We've got everything worked out with that. We've got all of our commercial breaks in.
Bailey, now that Mike Schwartz is off, we can talk about totals and points and things like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen the over-under for BYU Alabama? Would you like to take a guess?
I haven't seen it.
You know how both of those teams play, so
right.
You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
What do you think the over-under is?
Man. Let's see. 70,
biggest one I've seen in a while.
160, 172.
175 and a half.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
that's a lot of points.
At least I was close.
Should be fun. Should be a fun one.
That should be a fun one. And, all these games, and we talked about earlier in the show, the fact that these late nights, so hard to stay up for. Thursday and Friday's games, the 9:39 tip with Duke and the the 10:09 tip with Texas Tech, Arkansas on a Thursday, when most people have to work on Friday. I think that's kind of a difficult chore. Of course, Friday night's games, obviously you have the weekend coming up, so it's a little easier to stay up late. But I guess that's what ratings are all about, and you have to play the games when you get the most eyeballs on the television sets. And I know CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV pay huge money for the NCAA basketball tournament. Been surprised. There haven't been many buzzer beaters this year. There was the one great play in the first 4. That was a cool ending in that game.
Yeah, maybe a new trend, basketball Hail Mary. We usually don't see that a lot. They did the tip drill.
And who was that in that game? Who lost that game? Let's see if I've got
Francis, PA.
Right.
Valentino
They should have tried it back the other way. What they did was dumb. When they threw it back in, they just threw it in, took a wild shot. But I would have tried it. I said, look, if it worked for you guys, we can try it on that end. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right, coming up next week on our show, we'll talk spring football at East Carolina. We'll, of course, update the standings for the second chance with the Sweet 16. Want to thank Carolina Eagle, Russ Saputo, and the fine folks at Carolina Eagle for their prize packs. Want to thank Tiebreakers for everything they do for Pirate Radio and for the Brian Bailey Show. Want to thank everybody for listening today, everybody for calling in and being a part of the contest. And we'll see you back here next week right here on the Brian Bailey Show.
This has been The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
Bostic Sugg, Bojangles, Michelob Ultra, East Coast Grading, Greenville Auto World, Greenville Utilities, Papa John's, Pepsi, Taft and Haigler, The Rick House, and Tiebreakers.
Join us next week for another edition of The